What's up, guys? X Factor here again. I just wanted to do a quick little video on EU for today. I saw in the chat in the Telegram that there were some people who were struggling with the euro today. So quick look at it. Okay, we're looking at the daily. We're obviously in a bullish trend today. Okay, this is today from this blue line to the right. You had two trades. Okay, there were two opportunities that you can trade. This is a fair value gap, H4 high. Okay, let's move that over to the right very quickly. Okay, so you have the fair value gap high. You take your 1 a.m. candle. Okay, we're coming into a order block here. This candle swept liquidity here, turned, closed below. This becomes your order block. Okay, now you had two entries. You have your 1 a.m. candle, CRT. What are our purge times? Okay, we trade the 159. Okay, so now you have your 4-hour 6 a.m. open. Okay, we tap into the top of the fair value gap with a key level. Okay, you have your 5 a.m. open here. 5 a.m. This is the bottom of the 1 a.m. Okay, and then you have your 9 a.m. Okay, you had a beautiful purge of the 1 a.m. candle, CISD. Okay, very clear, very simple, right there. On the 1 minute, you have right there, you can refine it down. You have your CISD here, and you also have your 1 minute breaker right there. Okay, beautiful. Your entry, you get the purge. We purged 9 a.m. the 1 a.m. high. Nice thick candle, model number 1, CISD. You have your unicorn. We didn't get a unicorn model here because we didn't have an inversion fair value gap, but you had your CISD and you had your breaker, and you're entering right on the retest, stops above the highs, targeting 50% of the range, right? And then the bottom of that range. Okay. So in this specific example, you always have to be aware of the 50% of the range, right? We always talk about that. You take partials at 50%. Why? Because in this specific example, we have a small fair value gap here on the 4-hour. All right, let's get rid of all this. Very tiny fair value gap here. Right at the 50% of this range. Okay, so it hits the 50%, taps into that fair value gap. So that's your first trade was off the highs, breaker, stop above, targets, midpoint, partials get taken off, you let the rest run, you're still technically in this trade, okay, with your partial. Now, that was trade number 1. Now, if we look at what's happening here, your 9 a.m. candle now comes in, taps this fair value gap. Okay, you can trade the 6 a.m. candle, you can trade the 9 a.m. candle. You have to decide what time you like to trade. I like to trade mostly the New York session. Every now and then, I do, if I like the way price is moving and I have any specific type of PD array that I'm looking at, whether it be a fair value gap, a new day opening gap, an order block, whatever it is in the higher time frame, I'll wake up and I'll try to trade it during London. But so if you were trading this morning, you know that you just had this sweep here, came back, we touched 50%. So we want to see how the 9 a.m. reacts into this fair value gap. We get a sweep of the 6 a.m. candle. Nice turtle soup. Soup that right there. Very nice. And we'll go into the lower time frames. And there you have it again here. It's very, very nice there. Let's see if we get the 1 minute. Now, 1 minute taps into the fair value gap. Starts moving. Comes back down. Puts in a breaker here. Right? This is the high. Broke the low. Last high that broke the low. And then it gets traded through. Back again. That is market structure shift. You can trade your CISD here, right? Or you can wait for the order block. You start to see fair value gaps on the BISI, on the SIBI starting to fail here. So we're inverting these fair value gaps. We close above the breaker, we come back, we tap in. You can take your long position right off this breaker here with a stop at the lows, targeting the highs, right? Just like that. You can come in on the inversion fair value gaps if you want. Or if it's not too clear for you guys to see it on the 1 minute, sometimes you have to go, I use anything between 1 and 5 minutes. So if I go to the 3 minute, you can see it clearer here. You have your breaker right here. You have your inverted fair value gap here. You have your first CISD here. And then you can take that entry to the highs and you'd be long. So that was trade number 2. So for those of you who are struggling, get off the lower time frames. Trade your H4 zones, trade your H4 sweeps into PD arrays. Taps beautifully into an order block, okay? You have signature and price that's telling you that bullish candles, this bullish candle, is supporting lower prices. It's not rejecting and then pushing higher. When you see order blocks like this, you look at the price action and you can see where is price moving to. Now, you use this order block and then you choose which candle you want to trade in the next coming day. We had it here too, same situation. If you look, you have your fair value gap here on the H4. You have your 1 o'clock candle, CRT, beautiful. 6 a.m., 5 a.m. taps, reverses, we target the low. Okay? Focus on the 4 hour going into key levels. You can use 4 hour key levels with 4 hour candles. That is okay. You can, for higher probability, you'd like a daily or a weekly. But you can use H4 PD arrays with H4 candles. All right, there's nothing wrong with that. Just keep in mind that you understand when you're in your dealing ranges that you're not taking PD arrays that are in the higher portion of the dealing range, right? You want to be as close to discount or in discount as possible, right? This was almost right in the middle. It tapped discount and then it reversed back up. Same thing here. You have your swing high to swing low. Okay, we came in. Your 5 a.m. candle taps into the order block in a premium. This is discount. Below this 50% line is discount premium. So you have to understand your dealing ranges and where you are in that range. Okay. All right. I hope that helped. Study that. Go through your charts. Check those times. 159, 159, 159. You know, you've heard that a million times. focus on the higher time frame to set up your framework for your trade, then go into your lower time frames. You can utilize the 15-minute if you like, okay? But sometimes you get these moves, they move away from you, you might not get your entry. Your stop losses will be a little bit bigger, but after you see this first CISD here, you can hop in on the retest, right? So you got up, down, CISD right when this black candle closes below this thick candle. That is your first CISD. Come down, retest right here, and you're off to the races. Okay. All right, guys. I hope that helps. Let me know. Give me some love.